どう？
Hey everybody, G4 Video 5 here, and welcome to my new Let's Play. This is Animal Crossing for the Nintendo GameCube, and this is one of my all-time favorite games. This is a bit of a life simulation style of game in which you live in a community that's full of animals that are your neighbors, as well as owners of shops, and they work at various establishments around town, and there are also landmarks to visit, and it's all very awesome. It's a very cute and charming type of game, and it takes place in real time, so that's also very interesting. And this game can also satisfy a collector's itch because there are a lot of things to collect, such as bugs and fish and furniture. It's all fantastic, and I'm looking forward to diving into this adventure here in Animal Crossing. So, you've decided to move out, get your own place, see the world. That's groovy. Who needs someone telling you what to do all the time? You can do what you want, when you want, where you want, like pooping. Yeah, living on your own, being free, it feels great. But living by yourself can be a real drag too. Still, if you've got some really tight friends, somewhere nearby, then you know it'll all work out. Yeah, man, friends are far out. I guess I'm kind of rambling. My bad. So, are you ready to hop on that train and go for a ride? Yeah, I suppose I am mysterious dog named KK. Oh, I almost forgot. You'll enjoy your time in the world of Animal Crossing more if you get some friends to come here too. Yeah, it would be really cool if a lot of your friends came to visit your town. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Later. Excuse me, do you have a second? Could you help me out? Is it, let's see now, 10:32 a.m. on Thursday, April 1st, 2021. Yeah, that is very specific, but it is correct. Say thanks, you're too kind. Really, you're a big help. And then he starts laughing his ass off there. So you mind if I sit here? I promise I won't fall asleep, tumble onto you, and start drooling on your shirt. Yeah, go for it. I don't see why not. Thanks again. It sure is nice meeting friendly folk on the train. You aren't a psycho, right? Just kidding. Say, by the way, what's your name? So my name is Eric, so I'm going to use that as my name. Or at least that's what my parents named me 26 years ago. Well, Eric, now that is an odd name. Well, I don't see what's so odd about it, but not that my opinion means much. What matters is, do you like the name Eric? And this dialogue box right here determines whether or not your character is going to be a boy or a girl. And since I am a man, like SpongeBob, I'm going to choose Isn't It Cool? Oh, I'm sorry, did I say it was odd? It's not odd. It's a great name for a boy, really. It's a really great name. You know it. So it seems like characters early on kind of give you a lot of crap for your name because theoretically you could put any word you want or any name you want as your name, so it's like a default response that can be really funny no matter what the situation is. But anyways, the destination I'm going to is Boehner. Yes, that's right. Hey, I know that place. Boehner is one of my favorite vacation spots. So, what are you going to Boehner for? I am moving. Moving, huh? I hate moving. Pack boxes, unpack boxes, it never ends. Say, where's your new place? I don't know yet.
What?
You don't know yet? Are you out of your tree? Well, we obviously need to find you a place to live. Oh, wait, boy, am I dense. This buddy of mine runs the shop in Boehner. Let me give him a jingle. This will take me 2 seconds, so wait right here, okay? So, your dialogue responses to Rover. does matter, because it'll determine what your character ends up looking like. So I think that's pretty cool. It's like your options do matter in this game, theoretically, and we'll touch on that in a moment. But anyways, Rover is on the phone with someone who can hopefully hook us up with getting a home in Boehner. Well, I have someone here who wants to move to Boehner. Oh yeah, completely. But the poor thing still hasn't found a place to live. It's sort of a tight spot. The kid's name? Why, oh, it's Eric. Yeah, today. So you think you can help out? Oh, really? Uh-huh. I see. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll pass the word on. So, we'll catch up later. Right. Thanks a lot. See ya, Nook, my man. Bye. And I love this little detail because our character is obviously like looking past the seats to kind of eavesdrop on Rover there. But anyways, okay, I'm back. Miss me? Yeah. That's an odd saying there. Well, good news for you. It sounds like my buddy has some brand new houses for sale. Dirt cheap. The work's all done, but he hasn't been able to rent them. He wants to unload them, so he's willing to take a loss. You have money, right? So right here, it is important to say just a little, because that makes it to where your dialogue options matter. If you say, oh yeah, like the Kool-Aid guy, then you'll just be given a random looking character. So, oh really, no wonder you look so helpless. That's kind of mean, but don't worry, these things tend to work out. They say money makes the world go round, and what goes around comes around. Wait, I've confused myself. Oh, well, looks like we're about to pull into Boehner. Did I mention I love this place? Remember, things are never as bad as they seem, honestly. Good luck and all that. Maybe we'll run into each other sometime. Well, goodbye. Boehner! Now arriving at Boehner! Welcome to Boehner! Watch your step! Eek! Eek! I have a feeling I'm gonna regret naming my town that. Excuse me. Hey, you there! Yes, you! Would your name happen to be Eric? Good. I just now had a phone call about you. Oof, I'm glad I made it here in time to meet your train. I'm afraid I'm not in the best shape of my life. But I rambled. My name is Tom Nook. I run the store here in town. I'm quite pleased to meet you, yes? Something strikes me as odd, though, my young friend. Moving to a town before settling on a place to live. Why, it's the craziest thing I've ever heard of. Madness. Absolute madness. And just starts laughing. Don't laugh. Pardon me, I beg you. That just struck my funny bone. Now, don't you worry. It may be small, but I have a house you can move into right away. It should more than suit your needs, I can show it to you now. So come along, let's scuttle. I like that word, scuttle. That's pretty cool. So these homes that Nook is going to show us aren't in the best shape in the world. Here we are, not too shabby. I can most heartily recommend any of these houses. Take your pick. Feel free to take a look inside. Really, I don't mind. Not in the least. After all, the doors don't have any locks. Just stand in front of the door and press the A button to go inside. So maybe that's a part of the cheapness, and that these doors don't have locks on them, so I don't know, it doesn't seem very safe, but anything to have a roof over our head. Anyways, these homes all more or less look the same inside. You're just gonna have different variations of wallpaper and carpet, and I guess you can't even really call that carpet, it's just metallic flooring, but that's really the only difference. I'd say the primary thing that we're looking at here is the location of these homes. You're gonna have 4 in this like quadrant, and I guess you just get to pick whichever corner you want to live in. I'll show the inside of all these homes though, just in case people are curious. But the wallpaper, the furniture, the flooring, it's all customizable. to an extent. Like, you get new stuff, basically, so you can replace that very shoddy-looking stuff inside. I kind of like that one, but I don't like being in the bottom right for some reason. I prefer being at the top, so I'm going to pass on that. And even on the outside, the exterior, you know, we have the rooftops that are different colors, and that's also customizable later on, but look at that one. Look at the wallpaper. It's this crusty, rusty-looking metal. It's I mean, I don't like being reminded of my toilet at all times, so I'm gonna pass on that. And I think I'm gonna settle on this one. My favorite color is red, so I already love the roof. And inside is not half bad. It's very basement-looking, like a cliche-looking basement with like stones and rocks making up the walls and the flooring. But honestly, I think it looks the best out of any home here, so I'm gonna choose this one. Well, what do you think? How was it, I like it. Honestly, I'd still say it's okay, but I do like this one the most. Yes, here is good. Very well, it's decided then. That house now belongs to you, Eric. What a happy day for you, I'm certain. Ooh, how exciting. I'll tell you what, I'll even throw in that radio in there at no extra charge. I never could sell that thing at the shop. Now let's see, I suppose you'd like a quick rundown of your house. Now listen very carefully. As you can see, no doubt the house doesn't have any furniture in it at all. Yes, quite bare, I'm afraid. Anything you need, you'll have to get on your own. Obviously, you can't expect me to furnish the place for you. You can do whatever you like with your own stuff. But don't try to mess around with other folks' things. Well, not that you can. Sounds very random, but it is applicable to future endeavors we're going to have. You'll probably want to pop into neighbors' houses to get some ideas for your own interior designs. I know I would. Oh yeah, that weird thing over by the door there, that would be your personal Gyroid Assistant. If visitors stop by when you're not around, this gyroid will meet and greet them. It truly is a must-have. You can teach it messages, and then the little fellow will repeat the message to visitors, and you can imagine very crass things can be put into that message system, so it's a little concerning there. But anyways, the gyroid I think is most important because of this right here that Tom Nook's talking about. It is the only way that we can save our game. So after each play session, it's very important to speak to that gyroid to save your game, or else none of your progress for the time you played gets saved. So it would kind of suck if you sunk in a couple hours into trying to make some progress in this game, and then it all went to waste because you forgot to save before turning off your console. So that's more or less what Nook is talking about there, and we don't want him to repeat things, so we'll just kind of move on here. Yeah, well, I'm sure you'll settle into the particulars of life in due time, don't worry. Now, let's see. With fees and closing costs, the house comes to 19,800 bells, and bells are the currency in this game, and we only have 1,000 bells, so we'll just give them that, I suppose. Yes, that would be not nearly enough. You only have 1,000 bells. You're joking with me, yes? Why, you're so short, I can't help but laugh. Ah, here he is laughing at us again. You know what happens to people who don't have money, don't you? I'll tell you, they can't buy a house. I thought he was about to beat me up for a second. But you still need a place to stay, don't you? A thorny situation. Yes, rather thorny. Then here's what we'll do. You can work part-time at my shop to pay off the rest. Yes, that's acceptable. Splendid. We're all set. This will work wonderfully. Now then, you'll have to come by my shop later to work. You can find my shop in Acre A-4. You can't miss it. At least most people can't miss it. If you have trouble, check the map by the station, yes? I'm heading back there now, so I'll be waiting for you. I'd ask you to be quick about coming, yes? Ooh, he's one of those types of ladies. But anyways, this game's map is split up into acres, which is pretty nice because it makes it pretty easy to remember where things are located at, such as the train station being in A3, Nook's shop being in A4, and we also have various homes scattered around the map. So we'll be visiting our neighbors a bit later on, but for right now, I want to get to Nook's to start off this working for him business that we're forced to do, which is a bit of like a tutorial sequence in a way. But anyways, we apparently took too long to where he has to make a joke about it. But very good, yes. First off, you'll need to change into these clothes. If you must know, I suppose I'd call it your uniform. Please, let me know when you're done changing, yes? So the way we change in this game is by pulling up our inventory, and we only have 18 inventory slots, and there's no way of upgrading that, so we have to select the clothes that we want to wear. We grab them, drag them on over to our character, drop them, and then we change into them. So pretty awesome stuff. Apparently, we look like we were born to wear this uniform, and now we can start working off the remaining 18,800 bells that we owe to Tom Nook. First off, I want you to go plant some trees and flowers around the shop. The area around here is too dull, not charming at all. It's just not an ideal sort of shopping experience. People like shopping in areas that are clean and well kept, so I want you to spruce things up a bit for me. When you're finished, come and tell me, yes? So the funny thing about this first little task that Tom Nook has for us is that we don't actually have to plant these flowers and saplings in this quadrant. We can move to any acre that we want to and start planting these. We can plant them all around town, and we can just drop them off at our house if we really wanted to. As long as these things are out of our inventory, that's more or less all the game cares about. So normally what I'd do is I would just drop off all these flowers and trees at my house and just save them for later so I can kind of organize them better and plant them where I'd want to, but I'm not going to do that because that's like stealing basically. So we're just going to plant these around here, and I know I'm not the best decorator of all time or anything like that, so it does look a bit cluttered, but I don't know, I like having flowers around my water sources. And you may notice that the trees have these cherry blossoms, and the reason for it is because this is the time of year in Animal Crossing games when trees get cherry blossoms, so they look really, really pretty, and I love this time of year. But anyways, now that we've planted those things, so did you make it look a little nicer out there, you know, gave the grounds some charming character, Yeah, well, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, so I won't bother asking how you chose where to plant everything. After all, I'm not the one who will get laughed at when travelers from other villages see your work. No. But they're around your shop, so it's kind of an extension of what you do. But anyways, that was apparently worth 80 bells. Quite generous, I know. Oh, please. And, you know, we don't actually get these bells from doing these tasks for him. He just ends up keeping them for our mortgage, which I guess makes sense. But anyways, he wants us now to, I don't know, introduce ourselves to the townsfolk, because we haven't done that yet. I'm going to give you a little break, so why don't you go introduce yourself to everyone in town, Go on now. And don't forget to introduce yourself to the mayor, too. That would show some class. You could probably find him wandering around near the wishing well. I'll see you later, yes? So I'm going to go back to the map to get another look at the map and see where things are located, because, yeah, this is the, I guess, kind of fun part about the beginning stages of Animal Crossing games, where you're trying to remember the layout of town, because these layouts are always, like, randomly generated and are never the same from game to game, or save file to save file, I should say. So it's very cool. You always get a unique layout of where things are located. But our first person is Monique. Do you have to bother me right now? I'm busy. Oh, you were looking for friends. That's so sad. But I told you I'm... Alright. So you're Eric. You win. I'll be your friend. I'm Monique, okay? I'll see you soon, I'm sure. And there's like this random sound she was making at the end of all of her sentences, and that's because villagers, as they're called in this game, have catchphrases, so I guess her catchphrase was but anyways, here's Oxford. What's with all the noise? I don't like mornings, and I don't like morning people. So how's about you go away, Wait, I don't think we've met. Sorry for being rude, since you did come over here just to say hi, bully, eh? Let's just forget about it, Bullier. I don't like that catchphrase he has, but, I like Oxford, though. He's pretty cool. He's kind of the grumpy villager, and Monique is kind of the sassy villager, because villagers in this game have personality types. So that can be a very charming type of thing for some animals versus others, depending on what type of personality you like in your neighbors. I think just having nice people, nice animals would be quite cool. But anyway, this is the police station in this game, and it serves a pretty nice purpose. Not that there's anything overly sinister that goes on in town, but you can speak to Copper, who's outside, and you can ask him if there's anything going on, such as a special event like a holiday, or if there's any special visitors visiting town, or you can ask him if there's anything lost or just general information. So, the police station is somewhere that I go on a daily basis just to see if there are lost items. There's also a nice town map on the outside of the police station, and the wishing well is right next door in this acre. So here is Tortimer the mayor. Who are you whippersnapper? Tell me, who do you respect the most? Well, I don't want to play favorites, so since this is kind of like an old man type of character, I'm just gonna suck up and say my grandpa. So, yeah, we'll go with that. Well, now, have my wizened old looks inspired respect? You may be young, but you have a keen eye. Tell me, what's your name? Eric? Well, it's different. Your parents must be proud. My name is Tortimer. I happen to be the mayor here in Boehner. Yepper, quite the big job. You seem like a decent sort. Whenever there's a holiday or event going on in town, why don't you come see me? I'm sure I'll have some interesting stuff to pass on. Yepper, I surely will. And Tortimer has some more dialogue for us. He says, look now, Eric, the townsfolk here have certain expectations for their town. With me so far? So what do you say we work together to make Boehner the best town we can, Yepper? Oh man, I love Tortimer so much. He's one of my favorite characters. And we will be seeing him a bit later on today, as today is technically April Fool's Day, so in-game he will have something in store for us. But for now, we're going to continue visiting our neighbors, and here is Eggbert. Good morning. Hey, what time is it, Doodle-da? Really? It's 10 a.m. already? But I'm still so sleepy. I love those bags under his eyes, by the way. Wait a minute, who are you? Have we met? Yeah, my name's Eggbert. Yeah, hi. Look, I'm real beat right now, but feel free to stop by and chat sometime. Oh man, Eggbert's like a fan favorite. He's super, super cool. He's a lazy villager, but he's not causing any harm by doing that, by sleeping in from time to time. But next up is Hector. What a great morning. What a contrast. Do I know you? So your name is Eric, is it? They call me Hector. I hope we can be pals. You look like an early riser. A little exercise in the morning never hurt anyone, right? Koo-ha? So Hector's a sporty villager, so he loves exercising and, as you can kind of tell, waking up early in the morning, which I suppose I technically do that too, but it's more so because I have a job, so I have to. But I like that. I love the contrast of both of those two characters living next to each other, so that's pretty awesome. Right here is the Able Sisters shop, which is a place we will be going into a bit later on. Again, I don't want to over-cram this part with too much stuff, because it is already going to be a long part. But here is Twiggy. Oh, hey, you're new around here, aren't you, Cheapers? I'm Twiggy. You caught me in a good mood, so I think we can be friends, Cheapers. Oh, well, that was pretty easy. Twiggy's very lovely of a person, it's kind of hard not to call these animals people because they act like people, so I don't know, whenever I say that, I do mean animals and all that, if you want to get really pedantic about things. But anyways, we have one more neighbor to visit, and this neighbor, oh, look at this cute frog. Her name is Emerald. Oh, good morning. I don't think we've met before, have we, Sproing? Oh, I love that catchphrase. I'm always happy to make a new friend first thing in the morning, Sproing. I'm Emerald. If you see me around, please come and say hello, Sproing. Some of these catchphrases aren't the best. Like, I know Monique just kind of makes noises. But something like Sproing, that's kind of adorable. And I love that Emerald is a frog, and she was wearing a shirt that has a frog's head on it. It's very, I don't know, self-aware or something like that. But it's just, oh man, that's why I love this game so much. It has just such cute and adorable moments, and also awesome moments, like with Hector and Eggbert living next to each other. But anyways, we've met everybody, so now we can talk to Tom Nook and kind of move on with our chores sequence. So if you don't get along well with the folks here in Boehner, well, I guess that's a bad thing there, but never fear, I have a good feeling about you, Now then, what shall I have you do next? Yes, I need you to deliver some furniture, At last, it's like you're actually working in the shop. Which I suppose is very true, but hey, we gotta take this furniture on over to Emerald and Acre D1, and don't stop to sniff the roses on the way. Go straight there and then come right back. So, yeah, this is a pretty common type of quest, I guess if you want to call it that, in this game, where oftentimes animals will tell you to deliver things to other animals, and you'll be rewarded for it. So, it's a great way of exploring, I suppose, being forced to go on over to wherever another animal is located, and you oftentimes get pretty nice things for doing stuff like this. So we're going to talk to Emerald, and unlike last time, there will be some dialogue options here. The first one is delivery, which will allow us to give Emerald the furniture piece. There's also something that says morning, which is just a general talking type of thing. And then the third option was nothing, which just kind of backs us out of speaking to Emerald. So, goodness, I didn't think you'd be the one to deliver this, and, we're going to explain our situation to her. You have to pay back your mortgage. That must be pretty tough. What with you trying to get all settled, Sproing? Well, that's life. Oh, I know. You can have my desert cactus. It's yours. It's kind of a random thing, but just consider it a little housewarming gift, Sproing. Oh, I love that. Of course, as you collect more and more furniture, you may want to get rid of some stuff, Sproing. When you arrange a piece of furniture in your house, you can hold the A button to push, pull, or spin it around. It's so much fun to decorate a room, I never tire of it. Your room will be looking fine in no time, Sproing. Oh, maybe you know this, but you can face a piece of furniture and press the A button to interact with it. That's how you can do stuff like turning on your radio, opening dresser drawers, and playing instruments. So awesome stuff. I love that. She starts sprinting away afterwards towards her door, but then just stops. I don't know, just random things like that are amazing. Although I'm probably getting a bit more hype about it than I need to, but it's Animal Crossing, it's hard not to. But anyways, I appreciate the desert cactus she ended up giving us. It's a completely random item as to what you end up getting. So, awesome stuff. But welcome back, Worker B. It looks like you delivered the furniture. Nice work. You did a good job, so I figure that earns you, say 230 bells. Not bad wages, Now on to your next task. What's that? You say it's too difficult to try to find things without a map. Honestly, kids these days and their constant complaints. Why, when I was just a little raccoon, never mind. Okay, here's a map. Press the X button to look at it. It should serve your needs just fine. Your next job is to write some copy for direct mailing. Sort of a personal advertisement. I want you to send it to Twiggy, who lives in an acre somewhere in row F. It's just good business. Twiggy is a very loyal customer, so this is a notice of a special sale. As for what you write, well, I'll just leave it up to you, Eric, but try to make it exciting. Oh, and you might want to think about introducing yourself as Eric, who works for me, yes? You can use this stationery to write the letter. So, this is something in the game that animals really appreciate you doing, and that is sending them letters, because there is no texting or calling in this game. The only way to speak to animals is by going directly to them or by sending them a letter. And letters seem a bit more heartfelt because it's something that you're really taking time out of your own personal time, in your day to physically write something to your neighbors. So it is a very lovely thing. So the way we do this is by selecting the paper in our inventory and then selecting Twiggy's name. And this is what I ended up writing. Hey Twiggy, I'm the new fellow with the horns. Send fruit, please. Also shop at Nook's. That sustains him, if you know what I mean. So I think that'll suffice. So that is now in our letter inventory. And we have the option of rewriting the letter if we want to, grabbing it, or throwing it away. And we will just kind of leave it there in that section of our inventory so we can mail it off at the post office. And here is Pally, who is a bird that works during the day at the post office. And she is quite lovely to speak to, so awesome stuff there as we give her our letter. And we have the option of sending some more letters if we wanted to, but we don't really have anything else to send at this point in time, so we're just going to head on out of here. And the post office is a pretty important place because it is a place you go to quite often, as you'll be sending a lot of letters in this game if you plan on being a completionist. And we'll dive into more about that a bit later on, but for right now, yes, Tom Nook, we sent the letter. Good job. It took you longer than I'd like. So I'll have to dock you a bit, which no matter how quickly or how slowly you end up doing that task, he always ends up docking you bells for, I guess, taking too long. But apparently he hasn't prepared the next package for us, so he's a bit behind. It would be a waste for you just to hang around here and wait for me, so why don't you go out and help the villagers? You may find you can do a little better working for them than you can for me, but not much better, yes? Just be sure to come back here after a bit. So this is something that will kind of occupy a lot of your time in Animal Crossing, or at least theoretically it will, as you can speak to your neighbors and ask them if you can do things for them, or if they have any special requests or anything. So we're going to ask Oxford if he needs anything. What good timing. No, I already took care of that. What a shame. I guess there's nothing I need done after all. So, yeah, I'm going to be switching in and out of voices, but unfortunately for us, Oxford didn't really have anything for us to do, so let's try Monique. Maybe she'll have something. But let's get right to the point. What can I do for you? You always show up just when I'm thinking about you, Eric. Do I? I mean, this is barely the second time we've spoken, but apparently she wants us to go to Emerald's place to get her organizer. Beware that scoundrel, she says. Oh, well, maybe looks can be deceiving, because I think Emerald's quite lovely so far, but, if she's holding on to people's organizers, I guess that is a little suspicious there, but anyways, this is another type of quest you can do for animals, and it's all completely random as to what you end up having to do for people. So in this case, it's a bit of a fetch quest in that we have to go out and get our hands on this organizer. And Emerald might give us the runaround where she'll say, oh, whoops, I accidentally gave that to someone else. But let's see. Oh, I'm so sorry. I feel really bad for making... Oh, she feels bad and she has like a frown. Oh, I feel awful for some reason. Yeah, I mean, it's being extra, but I do feel bad. Emerald, you don't have to feel so bad about forgetting the organizer. People make mistakes, things happen and all that. But anyway, she didn't give us the runaround, so that was quite nice. So we have Monique's organizer in our inventory, and we can give it back to Monique. Oh, man. This is so awesome playing through this game. But anyways, we have the organizer there. You can see it's in our inventory. We can't really do anything with it, so we couldn't steal this and run off with it if we wanted to. We can only grab it and move it around our inventory. So really, there's no other option outside of just giving it back to Monique. So we have a little delivery for her. Oh, my organizer. You actually got it back for me, Eric. Thank you so much. I wasn't sure what I should give you for your trouble. Had a close sound. Someone with as questionable a fashion sense as you could definitely use them. Oh, what a dig at me. Okay, I see how it is, Monique, but apparently we do excellent work, so she'll keep us in mind anytime she needs menial tasks done. So this is the shirt she gave us. Let's see. I kind of prefer the shirt we arrived to Boehner in, but Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Monique is the one with questionable tastes. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of that overly striped shirt. But I won't judge anybody who is into that type of stuff, unlike Monique, who judges me for my clothes. But anyways, all you really have to do is just complete one task, and then you're set to move on to the next thing to do for Tom Nook. So, he talks about the critters in town being quite generous because they tend to give you things for doing things for them, which is really, really nice. I love that in this game. How your good deeds never go unrewarded, so it's quite nice. But this next thing we have to do is deliver a carpet, so this is pretty cool stuff because like I mentioned when we were back where we now live, you can replace the wallpaper and carpets in your home with nicer things and things that actually match and whatnot, which, I guess our house matches with the stone look. It's very stony, actually. But we can make it look a lot nicer than it currently does. So we're going to head on down here, which that is one thing about this game, how you do kind of wish there were more ramps to go down to the bottom area and more bridges and stuff, but I'd say after a certain amount of time, it's not too bad once you memorize the layout of town. So anyways, here's Hector. We have a delivery for him. Let's give him this carpet. Yes, oh yeah, partay. Oh, you have no idea how badly I've been wanting this. Koo-ha, woohoo. Once I get this carpet down, I'm gonna have the smoothest pad ever, Koo-ha. I'll be Dr. Popular MD. Well, I prefer Dr. Pepper, but hey, that sounds exciting too. So you have to coordinate your rug and wallpaper. Yeah, if I want a cool place, that's a good idea. But don't flip on me for saying this, but you should try to coordinate that. I don't need my old carpet anymore, so you can have it if you want it. Go on now. Ain't no skin off my back. I love Hector, man. I stumbled onto this rug at the Nookerator's place. Old Tom is an animal when it comes to cool gear. It was an impulse buy. I know they're gambles, and when I got home, it just didn't match my room. Oops, live and learn, I guess. I don't regret it. If someone had bought it before me, I'd never have known. It's cool that Tom changes his product line every day, but stuff sells out way too quickly there, man. I'm a busy dude. I can't be running to the store every day to check on each sale. Koo-ha. Hey, are you sure it's okay for you just to hang out and rap with me like this? You're working, Koo-ha. So, a very important detail there that Hector says, besides of course being able to replace your carpet and wallpaper, is that Nook's Place restocks every single day. So if you see an item that you like, you should probably buy it that day, because you may not see it again for a while. It's completely random as to which items show up in the shop, so it's important to act when you really, really like something you see. So anyways, here, back at Tom Nook's, he's pretty content with our actions here, In any case, I can see you're putting a lot of effort into your work, so this time I'll give you 580 bells. Next, I need you to deliver an axe to Twiggy. Be extra careful with it, I see that light in your eyes. Now, the stuff you deliver is wrapped, so you couldn't use it even if you wanted to. So don't get any ideas. If you want to cut down any trees, you'll have to get your own axe, yes? Very good then. Give it your best shot, and tell me when you're done, yes? So the axe is a very useful item in this game because it allows you to cut down trees. And once trees are cut down, you then are left with a tree stump that you have to dig out using a shovel to get rid of. So it's like the first half in, I guess, getting rid of trees, which is a necessity, I think, to make paths for yourself much nicer to traverse. Because as it stands right now, trees are just scattered all over the place and not very well organized in a lot of areas. So I would like to kind of clear out some space so I can more easily move between acres and whatnot, just to make things a bit smoother of a process. But anyways, here is Twiggy. And we got a nice little murder weapon for her. It's like, why would Twiggy want an axe? It's a little suspicious, she lives all down here by herself, kind of in the corner of the map next to the Able sisters. A bit suspicious there, but she's the one who we sent the letter to. And everyone in this town just loves getting letters. We save every single one, cheapers, yeah. And you know what else? The only thing better than getting letters is showing them off, cheapers. And like, even though we all live in Boehner now, who knows when somebody might move. When I move, I'm totally gonna bring every letter I've ever gotten with me. Call me wacky. Now, I'll call you Twiggy, because you have that axe, so I wouldn't want to rub you the wrong way, I suppose. But Twiggy is talking about something that definitely happens in Animal Crossing games, where your neighbors move. And in this game, it can kind of happen just randomly at any point. So when they move, they will take letters with them if they happen to move to a friend's save file. And the way that happens is by first visiting your friend's save file by inserting a second memory card into the GameCube or Wii, and by the way, I'm playing this on the Wii, and by visiting their town, there is a very, very strong chance that either one of your animals will move into their town, or one of their animals will move into your town. So, yeah, you better watch out what you write to some animals if you are someone who is in a situation where that can happen, as you might want to keep your fetishes to yourself there, you sick freaks. But anyways, we have another task here from Tom Nook. You've seen the bulletin board in front of your house, haven't you? Well, I want you to write an ad for my shop on that bulletin board. You get foot traffic around there, yes? You can write whatever catchy slogan you like, just make sure it sounds exciting, And don't write anything that might embarrass me. Well, honestly, it might embarrass me more, to be honest, but once you write something on it, it can never be erased. Well, off you go, And let me know when you're all done, yes? So the bulletin board, something I never personally use outside of this opening tutorial sequence, but it is a fun little thing if you do have other people who live in your town on your same save file, or if somebody's visiting from another town. So the C-stick allows us to flip to entry number 1, which says, all town residents and visitors are free to use this bulletin board to post notices and messages. Let's keep it tasteful, folks. And then entry number 2 says, the Happy Room Academy is now recruiting. Just lay out your room and it will be judged. Please come drop by my shop if you're interested. And that's from Tom Nook. Entry number 3 is a rough guide to the point system. 10,000 points, slob alert. 20,000 points, a bit stylish. And then 70,000 points, hip and hot. So I want to be hot, so that's my goal, I suppose. But entry number 4 is a, I guess, instructional type of thing, and entry number 5 is us, in which I say Tom Nook smells good. Another SpongeBob thing for you there. So hopefully that will work out quite nicely for what Tom Nook wants. Welcome back. Did you put a buzz-generating ad up there? Something animals will talk about over the water cooler? Yeah, you could say that. Well, very good, yes, I suppose, that means, yes, you're all done. All the work I hadn't gotten around to is now all done. How wonderful for me, Since I don't have any more work for you to do, well, I'm afraid I have no choice but to let you go. The rest of your mortgage? Of course, you still have to pay all of it off. That's how life works. Let me just have a look at my records here. Yes, so far you've worked off a total of 1,400 bells. So you have 17,400 bells left to pay. Not exactly a sum to sneeze at, Since there's no more work for you here, well, you'll have to figure out how to pay it off on your own. Now, how could a youngster go about making some bells? Maybe peddling that ass on the street? And selling things you no longer need to, That should generate some cash flow, I should think. If you've got some stuff to sell, well, just come talk to me, yes? I'll give you a very fair price for anything you've got. And honestly, that's a very great way of making bells in this game, is just selling things that you either pick up or collect or whatever. And I guess because of tax purposes, the way we pay off our mortgage is by going to the post office. And, if we don't pay him off, apparently he'll send his raccoon goons after us. So yeah, Tom Nook, you're a threatening character there, even if you are joking. I Yeah, I don't know about you, but anyways, after paying off our mortgage or loan, we do get the opportunity to upgrade our house for more space and whatnot. And I guess that completes this tutorial bit. Look at this. Yes! I'm finally done working. I'm free. Oh man, that's awesome. So, ways of making money in this game, at least in the early game. I suppose the major thing here would be to get seashells on the beach, as you can just collect those, pick them up, and then sell them at Tom Nook's. Now, he has some special dialogue here. I'm having a special one-day sale. All products are a whopping 90% off. So it's time to buy. Oh, I didn't know he was a part of NSYNC. But apparently it's an April Fool, and then he starts laughing his ass off. I mean, how awesome would that have been to be able to buy that stereo back there for 90% off? Because I can't imagine it's going to be cheap, but yeah, it's a little too good to be true there. But anyways, now that we have some bells on us, I want to buy the shovel that I've been eyeballing this whole time. Because, yes, it is 500 bells, which, is a pretty hefty price at this point. We only have 1,200, but let me tell you, this shovel pays for itself very quickly. Besides just pulling up tree stumps, it is also able to be used to dig things up. And you can see where things are located that are buried underground, because there's going to be a star pattern on the ground, and you can see that right here. We use the shovel to dig up that spot, and we got a fossil in that situation. And in this instance, we're going to get a gyroid, which is a decorative furniture item that, is kind of cool, but early on in the game, I just kind of want to sell it. Now, you can also use the shovel to hit against rocks, because every day there's going to be a rock that will give you up to 13,000 bells. And in that case, we got all 13,000 bells, so now we have quite a lot of bells on hand. Now, we have enough money to pay off our mortgage or our loan, but, that stereo, I just want it that much. And I'm also checking out the carpet and wallpaper just to see what it looks like today, because like I mentioned before, these things will get replaced every single day, so if you see something you like, you better act on it. So this gold stereo is only 2,600 bells, so that's not bad. It really is a steal at that price. Yeah, I'll take this. Even though we technically do have a dinky little radio in our home, I don't know, I kind of want that instead, that gold stereo. So along with buying something, we also get a raffle ticket, and that is something that gets used at the end of every month. But for right now, Tortimer has some special dialogue for April Fool's Day. It's time for me to retire, Yepper. Time to hang 'em up. I just don't know who to ask to fill my shoes. As strange as it may sound, you're the most capable person I know. April Fools, gotcha, Sprout. Mercy. That was fun. I feel sort of bad, though. Your face looked so hopeful. Here, no hard feelings. It's Super Tortimer. I figure I owe you something good for playing such a dirty trick on you. Enjoy. He also has some more dialogue. I used to be famous for my April Fool's Day pranks, back when I was just a little whippersnapper like you. I hope none of the ones I pulled this year backfire, like when I switched everyone's mailboxes. I bet you have some naughty pranks planned for today, don't you, you little scamp? You look like an instigator. Just don't take it too far. Safety first, whippersnapper. Listen here, Eric. Don't have hard feelings. I can respect that you've got some high ambitions. If I ever did retire, which I definitely won't, tell that to New Leaf. But apparently we'd be his first choice for being a successor. So that's pretty cool. There's a lot more dialogue that happens with other characters on April Fool's Day, but we're kind of in that tutorial mode, so we can't really explore those dialogue options, so we're just going to end up calling it a day. I'm going to, I guess, place down all the items I got today, like the gold stereo, the flooring. Man, look at that gold stereo. That's awesome. Although it looks silly because, we got the dinky stereo right next to it, too, so I don't know, maybe we'll be a stereo collector or something, but yeah, and this is the Super Tortimer. It's an NES console with Tortimer's game, I guess, on top of it. April Fool, Super Tournament isn't an NES game. And that's something that's pretty cool about this game, is that there are NES games in this game that you can actually play. Like, they're fully functional. But unfortunately, Super Tournament is not fully functional. It's just purely decorative, but honestly, it's pretty awesome. And so is this cactus we got from Emerald. I like that quite a bit, and I think we'll keep it for a little while. I'm also going to throw down the work uniform just to fill out some of the space here. And I think it all looks pretty nice, all things considered, even with the 2 stereos sitting there. And that completes this part. So this is our first day done and over with here in the land of Boehner in the world of Animal Crossing. And tomorrow, I plan on chipping away at that loan that we have. And we can almost pay it off right now, but I figure why not hold off until tomorrow? Let's spread things out a little bit. So, until then, I will see you next time.